So I covered Capricor Therapeutics last week, and since then I'm happy to say it's gone up by over 50%. So in this video, I'm going to be talking through why that happened and especially about their conference call today and what they spoke about. Lots of good news came out in that, so stay tuned to find out all about it. So I've made some updates to Ticketaco to reflect the conference call today. Hopefully you're already subscribed, so you would have received those emails already. And if we go down here to see one of the many ball points I've added today, we can see here that they are already preparing for the BLA submission. So if we click in further, we can see here that they are applying for broad coverage of the cardiomyopathy indication. Now, this is really good news for the company because this now means that they are waiting for a PDUFA date in the second half of 2025. But not only that, this is going to open the doors to nearly the whole DMD market. And as we're about to see from the rest of the conference call, it also looks like they got some really good demand for this product. So remember before when they said that they could get a small market share, they were looking at about $1.5 billion of revenue. It sounds now that they are expecting much more than a small market share. So what I wanted to show you here was a very important slide from the conference call, and this is talking about ejection fraction. Now this is the amount of blood that the heart can pump. Obviously this is a very important statistic for these patients, and we can see here with deramiocel that there was a 3% improvement over 24 months, and with the external comparator there was a 5% decrease. Now that's an 8% difference, which is incredibly significant. Now, and it looks like this is one of the main reasons that the FDA have approved this submission. So the point of this video is to give you a summary of this conference call. So I'm just going to talk about some other points which I think were quite important, but didn't quite fit into Ticketaco. So the first of this is that rapid adoption of the therapeutic was mentioned multiple times. Now, obviously, this is going to be great news if they can get a really rapid release, and then many people are going to be buying this. The faster that they can get this product into the market, the faster that it's going to be helping people, and the faster that the revenue is also going to rise. This is going to be great news for the long-term stockholders and also great news for people like me that recently joined the stock. Another thing that they pointed out in the questions and answers is that cardiomyopathy applies to 100% of the patients. So if they were to get this broad indication, it means that they would be applicable to nearly all of the market. These are two very good things to hear: high demand and high applicability. So they were talking with a number of other prospective partners. Now, I found this as significant because it means there's a number of other companies out there that see the potential in Capricor. Another thing that they mentioned is that they are going to be targeting other cardiomyopathies. And not only that, but they are going to maintain 100% rights for these other indications. So you may remember from my last video, I talked about the partnership with Nippon Shinyaku, which means they are only going to be receiving between 30 and 50% of the revenues for the US and for Europe. Now, this is a good partnership because they do need the money that that provides, but they also now have the opportunity to receive 100% of the revenues for those other indications. So back to Ticketaco, there is one more ballpoint that I've added, and that is that they have a PRV for sale. So this is a priority review voucher. And with their positive data and the BLA rolling submission, they no longer need this, so they could sell this to another company. They say in their conference call that this could be valued between 125 and 150 million. And they also mentioned that the prices for these are going up all of the time. Now, 125 million is a lot of money for a company that was valued under 200 million just 1 week ago. So the next pieces of good news for this company are the upcoming catalysts. Now, again, you can subscribe to these catalysts by clicking this button here. And if you'd already done that, you would have received emails about these updates. Now, the first in the list is that they're going to commence the rolling BLA submission, and they've said that they'll do that in October. The next is that they are hoping to complete the BLA submission by the end of the year. The HOPE-3 results have been updated because initially they were hoping for those out by the end of the year, but they are now saying that they are pushing those back so that they can concentrate on the BLA submission. Obviously, this makes complete sense and no one's questioning that at all. And finally, they're saying they're hoping for the PDUFA date for deramiocel in the second half of 2025. Now, these three catalysts for the company could be significant stock movers, so I'm looking forward to all three of these. The stock price has moved a lot today, but I think it's got a lot further to go if these all come out positively. Okay, so those are what I think were the most important points from that conference call. If you have the time, of course, please go and take a look at that conference call yourself. It was a very exciting conference call indeed. Congratulations to the long-term stockholders, and if you aren't already invested in this company, I really do advise doing some due diligence on this. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.